Welcome back, everybody. We're going to continue practicing muscle drawing, and we'll do a drawing here of a male. Okay, so let's get started like normal. I'm going to start with the head for a gesture. And once again, the gesture, we are trying to capture just the pose, the attitude, whatever the body's doing quickly. All right, so we're gonna move through this pretty quickly. Not concern ourselves with the portions as much. Make small corrections. I saw that I made his leg too bent there. Might still be. And it is better to exaggerate rather than not to do enough. Because you want to make sure you're capturing what's going on, you know? This guy's drawing a sword from an imaginary scabbard. Does not exist. All right. Just kind of looking at it here and seeing if anything needs to change. I got my gesture here. Okay, I think I'm looking pretty good on the leg length, actually. I want to get this twist in his body a little bit. Okay, and if I'm satisfied with the gesture drawing, it's time to start marking some things. Clavicle, chest, rib cage, and then it's time to move on pretty quickly to start refining this into my shapes. Okay, so now that I got my shapes here, make sure I got a nice solid rib cage, torso, egg shape. Then I'm going to fit my head on top of that. So even though I start with a head for the gesture drawing, for the shapes, I want to start with a torso. So I've got my character centered, their balance, hopefully look a little more correct. And let's see if I can get this head kind of turned the correct way here. Like almost a profile, but not quite a profile. All right, got his shoulder kind of sticking out a little bit, right, as he's drawing his sword. So I might put his arm out a little bit more than I've got it. So I got arm circle to cylinder to elbow. As I look at it, I think that is the case. So I kind of fix that a little bit. And then for the fist, just going to draw kind of a box here. Okay, working my way down here. Go for his waist, which is mostly covered up by his leg here. So I'm just going to go ahead and get that in. See a little bit of his backside here. Should get that in there. And then his leg, cylinder, right? Knee, sphere. Then lower leg cylinder. Okay. And if you are I'm going through the shapes a little too fast. It's because I'm assuming you've watched the other videos where I've walked through kind of shapes and muscles before. So we're hopefully getting a little quicker and a little more familiar with their shapes here. All right. Cylinder and how they taper, get smaller towards the ankle. For the foot, from this angle, I find it helpful just to kind of draw this little like curve right here, with the heel back here, and just kind of, goes at an angle down and then kind of around. You can see a little bit of that leg there, and a little bit of the leg sticking out here. So I'm going to draw this kind of triangular shape for the foot there. Okay, back up to the arm. Cylinder here for the upper arm. Sphere, the elbow joint is. And then forearm cylinder. Make a little space here for the hand. So we got the palm, and then the fingers kind of slightly spread out. Okay, drew one too many finger. 1, 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Okay, feeling pretty good. Just kind of get the fingers kind of placed there a little bit. And then some sort of sword there. Okay, so let's get a few things marked. Now that I think about it here. The chest a little bit better here. You can see the rib cage coming out. Or not the rib cage, the muscles here. Lats, I believe. And I could be wrong. I am not looking up the names of muscles as we do this. I am going from a very bad memory from high school anatomy class. Okay, and let's see, anything else I need to mark? Maybe his face a little bit more. Get the nose kind of marked there halfway right here for the eyes. Nose at a bit of an angle. Mouth. And if I don't like it, I'm just going to do it over. Okay. And then his eyes. So I can see a bit of the brow protruding there. This is at 3/4 angle. That's pretty tough here. Okay, and let's see. Let's mark his ear. And I think that's good enough to go on. Okay, so I'm going to knock everything back with my kneaded eraser. And then get my darker pencil. And let's zoom in a little bit. And here we go. So just going to get a face down. Okay, you can see a little bit of his eye right there. That's the tricky part, I think. His brow. And I always break the tips of the pencil. Okay, he's got chin. Kind of goes like that into the neck, just coming out behind it. We'll see, I might have to adjust that. Okay, go into his other eye. And let's see, let's get his ear placed. Oh, there goes the tip breaking again. Back of his head. Get his hairline here too. That's going to help me out a little bit, I think. All right, let's see. Okay, a little bit of his cheekbone there. And I think I can go from there. So let's work our way down. So we got his neck. Let's see a little bit of that muscle there on the side. And I feel like his head's too close to the body, but we're going to see if I can adjust that a little bit. Shoulders coming down behind the neck. The traps, right? This muscle there. Okay. The base of this is where those clavicle bones kind of are. All right, and here we got, you can really see his shoulder muscles right here. So we got this part of this deltoid coming in like this, and you got this other part, and they're kind of twisting. You can kind of see it there. All right, and then you can see it kind of join up here with the chest. Right there. Where it kind of cuts across over here. All right. Let's see how that looks. So I got the tricep behind the arm here. And I've got the bicep coming from like the armpit there. Cutting in there a little bit. Too much. But I'm going to pause there and I'm going to kind of do the chest. I don't want to get too far ahead of myself. So here we go into the chest. Got this split here. And it goes up to the armpit. And let's get his other shoulder on there. Got the bone right here. And then the shoulder deltoids rounding out from there. Touch that up a little bit here. Let's see. Chest muscles going up. There. All right, I'm going to get his bicep coming from, again, his armpit kind of there. Look at this vein there, if I can get that for. Okay, and then I got the deltoids here, and then the tricep behind it, kind of rounding out. the elbow. All right, and again, I'm going to go back to the body. I'm not sure I like that vein line. It looks too much like the cut of the bicep muscle, and I don't see that. Okay, so I can see a little bit of his muscles on the side here coming around, but then the stomach muscles start to kind of get in front of it here. I'll get that round part here. Right down to where it goes back out for his backside. Okay, back to the stomach. And drawing his stomach muscles there. It kind of flattens out as it gets to the lower muscles. And then we got all sorts of muscles here weaving in and through the ribs. Okay. So got his backside here. And I want to get some shorts on him. Top of the hip bone right here. All right, so draw this leg first. I gotta get this arm and hand because it's kind of in the way, but I kind of want to do the leg first. So, all right, leg looks pretty straight from this angle right here, and then it curves around. So you get to this knee, which you can kind of see it's squared off there, right? Where it kind of squares off right here. It's flexed like that. And I got the two parts to my knee. All right, and now I've got this little split here in the muscle, higher outside part. And this kind of comes in, and the hamstring comes out like behind it, and then comes in. And that looks too thick. Okay. Get the other leg here. You see a little bit of that right there. Okay. And then let's see the other knee popping out there. Interesting. Right there. Kind of all gets mixed up. I'm not going to draw that because I think it just causes confusion. So I'm just going to come straight down for his shin, curve into the foot. And so the back of the side of the knee here, you've got this top of the bone that sticks out here from your tibia, I believe. Again, not tibia and fibia. I know those are the bones there. But yeah, I think that's a T because the tibia makes like a T shape. So I think it sticks out there. But I don't know. Something sticks out there. One of the bones. All right. So his shin, you can see even some definition on his front of his calf muscles. and the back one, right, which comes out like that. Down into the ankle bone. All right, and give him a foot here. And let's see. So the ankle there and the heel kind of coming down, a little bit around and kind of flattening out. And then the outside of the foot into the little toe. And I gotta kind of fit all the toes in here. 1, 2, 3. Oh, did I draw 4? No, wait. No, that's 1 right there. All right, 5. All right. Let's see. Get a little bit of this back foot here. Ankle to the heel. Then you can see his big toe there. And a little bit of his other toes kind of there, but that's about it. All right, back up to his arms. So let's go with this arm first, I guess. So got the bicep here, and I got this forearm muscle that kind of cuts across right from the kind of elbow area. Sorry, I can't see it. Here, and cuts across there. You can see this part joining there. All right, then we've got behind it, kind of squared off elbow. Then you can see all these other forearm muscles flexed. Right, but the main thing I want to get is this outside shape here. And inside shape. That is way too protruding. Soften that up a bunch. All right, get into his hand. But let me kind of draw the sword first, quite honestly. Hand's got to wrap around this thing. So I got the pommel, I believe is what that's called there. A bit there. I just want to make sure it's a straight line. Yeah, no, I did it too. I kind of roughed out my line already. And I'm sketching, so I'm not bothering getting a ruler, but feel free to get a ruler or a straight edge. All right. It's up at more of an angle. And so inevitably, as you kind of draw this, you're going to notice some things that are just different. And that's not really something to stress about. You know, like I can see that this part of the sword is a little bit further away from the forearm in the picture. Again, you know, it's a drawing. Okay, so let's see if I can wrap the palm around this here. So that goes behind it further. I've got this here. You can see the round part of the palm here. Ooh. Erase too much and it gets messy. Okay, and then get the finger. I'm just kind of working my way up. Got that finger a little more bent. Okay. Let's see a little thumb down there. Lastly, his other arm. So I got the forearm muscle, the inside and the outside. A little more slender of a curve, or slight of a curve, I guess. A little more of a bump there on the inside. And you got this muscle connecting on the outside. Right. Not as flexed as it is here. And I got these little rounded bones protruding on the outside and inside. You can see it more here on that side right there. And the hand. Okay, so his palm here. And again, I can see I drew the sword ended up being a little closer to the hand. Again, not going to stress it. This is practice drawing. Who says it needs to be exactly lined up anyways? You know, it's just kind of more important to try and work on the things worth working on, right? So, finger. And pinky finger. Okay. Right. Well, that's going to do it for this drawing, and I'll see you guys on the next video, and we'll draw a female.